Hey everyone's Jackel Wolf back at Sky Factory 4 with another 5 minutes. That's how I did it. Now, if you've been following along, you know that we are working our way through the advancement book. Last episode, we went over to the Twilight Forest and we got the Silence of the Forest. Now, that was just to hunt, any animal in the Twilight Forest. So that was a really easy one to get. We did that while we were setting up our digital miner, which was something that we were doing to get some fuel so we can start running our 24 by 24 by 24 fission reactor so we can power all the machines necessary so we can finish off this cookie singularity advancement that we've been working on for like 3 weeks now. It's been a long time since I've started that one. But I've got one more in between while we're waiting for all that stuff to be finished. Last episode at the end, I said we do a little bit more Twilight Forest stuff, and we will do that. But first, we're going to go and jump back to the Age of All of the Things, OMG, LOL, and we're going to do this Yoyo Master. That is to use every modifier on Yoyo at least once. So to start, what we're going to do is we're going to build ourselves the Yoyo manual. This is from Tinker's Construct, so we need to start out with a Materials and You Tinker's Construct book. That is simply a book and a blank pattern. We're going to take that. We're going to take that, and what we're going to need is we're going to need to combine that with a chord. Now, there are two kind of conflicting chords in Sky Factory 4. We've got our basic chord, which is just 8 string in a crafting table, gets us 1 chord. If we were to take that Materials and You and that chord in there we go. We've got our Yoyos and You. Now, we will have to play around with that chord, depending on the type of chord that you are planning on making. To use a cast of it, you've actually got to run that chord through the crafting table a second time. We'll get to that. I'll show that off in a little bit. But here we go. Here is the Yoyos and You. We're going to open that up. And basically, there's only a couple of modifiers for it. There's not that many of them. And only about 2 of them are really useful from a combat perspective. Most of the other ones are kind of useful if you just want to kind of mess around and do something fun. So one of the useful ones is the extension one. If we add a string or cord or a block of wool to a yo-yo, it will increase the length of the cord. Now, this, I believe, is the length of time that the yo-yo stays out. It's not the actual length of the cord. That's determined by the type of string that you make. There is the floating, which makes the yo-yo move faster. You can do multiple levels on this. You just got to add some more pufferfish. Shearing, the shears will cut down shrubs and leaves and stuff like that. Basically, you're just adding a pair of shears to it. Farming will allow you to till, slight damage increase, single use. So that basically means you can do it one at a time. Only useful if you plan on doing that. And actually, it is not combinable with the shears as well. So we're definitely going to have to make 2 yo-yos to get all of these modifiers on it. Gluey, which will make it slimy. Now, this is a little bit confusing. You only need 2 slime balls of the same type to do it. You do not need all 5 of these. I did mess around with it a little bit in a test, and I don't know what it's saying there. I think it's just showing you the different slime balls that could be used, but it's very, very confusing. Collecting, which allows the yo-yo to pick up a single item. This is actually kind of cool. Not super useful, but it is kind of a little cool function. Basically, that's a hopper and a chest as a modifier. Lubricated, this is the other useful combat one. Increases the yo-yo's duration. So basically, all you need is an ink sac for that one. So, and then we get off into the parts for the yo-yo. I'm not going to get too into it. I've done a little bit of research. I want a combat yo-yo, so I'm going to stick with Menelium for my proper yo-yo. But to do all of the modifiers, to get them used all once, what we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves a couple of paper yo-yos. Now, this is simply because we can add more modifiers to it. These are not going to be functional yo-yos. They're just basically going to be temporary one-off yo-yos. So, like I said, we're going to need 2 of them. So we're going to need 2 paper axles. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go and switch to the body pattern. And we're going to swap that out, and then we're going to need 4 paper bodies. Oh, and I ran out of paper. Give me 1 second here. There you go. So we got 4 paper bodies. And then as far as strings go, we're just going to go with the regular strings. So we're going to go 1, 2. Here's where things get really, really confusing. These are the strings we use to make the yo-yos and you. If we come to our builder here and we go to take that string to put it in here, it's not letting us do it. It won't let us use these guys here. What we got to do is we got to go to a crafting table, throw it into a crafting table, and we change it from cord yo-yos to string cord yo-yos. I don't know why. I don't know what the difference is, but that's the ones we need to use to put them into the yo-yo pattern here. So there's our string cord. Actually, can we stack them up one on top of the other? There we go. So we'll put the 2 papers in there, and then we'll split the body parts. There we go. 1 paper yo-yo, 2 paper yo-yo. Everything is going really, really good. So I'm going to come over here. What we're going to do is we're going to go and grab the wool to extend it, the pufferfish to make it lighter, the shears to do the shearing thing, the slimy to make it slimy, and then we'll do the ink sac, which increases the duration of the yo-yo. So we'll come over here, and it is already on the tool forge. This is what we use to add modifiers. So we'll stick the yo-yo in the middle there, and we'll throw the white wool up there. You can see extension 4 out of 8. If we put 2 in there, we would get 8 out of 8. This is just a test one. I don't really need to do both. We'll throw the 1 pufferfish, so we've got floating. Weight is really, really dropped down. Shears, we'll throw them in there. The attack has gone up by 0.5, and it will now cut down grass and flowers and such. And also sheep, it shears sheep. We got ink sac, we'll throw that in here. That gives us the lubrication, decreases friction between the parts of the yo-yo, lengthening its duration. And then we'll take the 2 slime balls and we'll throw it in there. And there we go, we've got Gluey. If we take 1 out, it does not work. You actually need to put 2 slime balls in there. Again, not very intuitive from the manual, but you know what? It works. There you go. There is our first yo-yo. And then we'll come over here. We'll grab the last 2 modifiers. So the chest and the hoppers, the item pickup, and then the hoe will do the farming. And we'll come over to the tool forge again, put that in the middle, and then the chest and the hopper, and then we'll throw the hoe in there. And there we go. We've got farming and collecting, which is, the collecting is kind of cool, but it's not super useful from a combat perspective. So to show off a couple of these things, we've got our yo-yo and you. We'll just throw that down. We dropped it. Oh, I don't want to walk all the way over there and get it. And it worked when I was testing it. There we go. There we go. It's picked it up. And as soon as it comes back, there we go. It is now in our inventory. Let's see. Maybe it might have been the stair that kind of threw it off. Let's throw it a little bit further there. If we throw this up, we can bring it down. There we go. Picked it up, and there it is back in my inventory. So that's kind of cool. It's, kind of interesting. The hoe, the farming, we can come over. Actually, I got this piece of dirt right here. We could go and there we go. It's hoed it up. And if there was plants in there, it would harvest the plants. And if it dropped seeds, it would plant seeds. So I'm not going to get too far into that. Slimy paper yo-yo. Let's go and, I haven't got I always forget about this. It's a good thing I tried before the edge here. If we come up and it's stuck there, we drop. And we're just hanging here. You can kind of do this with a regular yo-yo as well. It's kind of like a grappling hook, but it is kind of cool. So I'm not going to get into any of the other ones. None of the other ones were really super exciting. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to start making a Manielium body. I'm going to make 2 of them just to keep things simple. For the Axel, I thought it would be kind of fun to do something a little bit different though. So we're going to change the pattern in our part builder to the Axel. I'm not going to do a paper one. What we're going to do is we're going to do a netherrack. Now the Axel is going to take 2 pieces of netherrack. There we go. We are all good right there. And that's done. We're going to start the second Manielium. If you haven't done Manielium in your world, basically it is an ardite ingot, a cobalt ingot, alloyed together. I've got an alloy furnace right here, but you could do it in the alloy tank that's part of the the Tinker's Construct. Simple alloys. Tinker's Complement is what this mod pack is called. And there we go. That is done. And there's a Manielium ingot. Manielium is a pretty good material to build weapons and armor and stuff like that out of. We've got our glitch armor, which gives us flight, so I'm pretty happy with that. So we'll come back over here. We're going to need 1 string. I'm just going to stick with a regular cord here. There are a couple of different strings, but I'm not going to go get into them. I think this one will be fine for now, just for a regular standard combat yo-yo. So we're going to go click on the tool forge again. We got the 2 parts, or the 2 bodies, the netherrack axle, and then the cord, which I haven't actually swapped over again. So we're going to go throw that in there. There you go. String cord in our tool forge. And there we go. Our Manielium yo-yo. We're going to grab that. Throw it back in there. We're going to go put the ink sac on there for lubricated. We're going to put the 2 white wool. That's going to get us the extension. Other than that, none of the other modifiers really makes sense. And I don't think I've actually got any modifiers. Actually, I got one modifier spot left. For now, you know what? Tell you what, let's go. Do I have any pufferfish? I don't. I know where I've got some pufferfish. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so I grabbed the pufferfish just to see what it does. So 1.75 duration, I think, is what we're looking at. We're going to go throw the pufferfish in there. Weight is gone lower. Duration has actually stayed the same. Nothing else has really changed on there. So there's not really a whole lot, not enough modifiers needed. Okay, so we could probably put multiple of these on here just to reduce the weight. But this will make it a little bit of a quicker weapon. So like I said before, what we're going to do is we're going to go and back to the Twilight Forest, and we're just going to go click on our Twilight Forest cake. And where are we? Okay, so this is the hill that we looked at last time. So we're going to go open that up. There is our Yoyo Master. Use every modifier at least once. Twilight Forest. What we are looking for are the boots are mine. Defeat a Redcap Goblin in a small hollow hill. So this is going to be a small hollow hill. I kind of, tested it out before. If we go straight down here, without falling too far. Oh, there we go. Actually, this is probably a good spot. We're going to go throw a torch up here, just so we know where our little entrance is. And you can see there are just an absolute ton of mobs here. If I went down there with my sword, I was going to get overwhelmed really, really quickly. But what we can do is we can kind of float up here, and we just throw our, yo-yo out, and it is like a laser beam. Like, it just takes everybody out in its path. Super, super OP. Actually, if we keep an eye out there, there's one of those trolls or goblins down there right now. There we go. I've made the advancement. Those boots are mine. That is really, really good. If I was planning on, really taking a shot at this, what we would do is we would end up, taking out these spawners, taking out a few other things, make it a little bit safer down there. But I'm just going to, I'm just going to go fly around. Look at all of this. Oh, I set off the Enderman. That's probably not a good thing. There it is. There's the chest over here. Let's quickly go in here. Look at that. Live roots. And there we go. We're up again. That Enderman is super, super unhappy with me. So yeah, we could just sit here and basically just spam in. It's a great XP farm. We're probably generating a lot of XP if we drop down there to pick it up. And we are actually probably leveling this up pretty quickly. XP, yeah, we're over almost halfway up to the next level. So that is really good. Actually, if we drop down a little bit, we might hit a little bit better. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back up, and then we're just going to go finish off this episode. Okay, guys, so here we go. The boots are all mine. That is really, really good. We dine at Eternal Sundown. You know what? We are here right now. Let's go gather up a couple of resources. So there is some raw venison. We're going to need that. I don't think you give me... Oh, what was that? That was raw mutton. Okay, I don't think that is anything special. We got another guy there. What have we got over here? Come on. There we go. We got him. Actually, what we should have done was tried the shears on them. That would have been kind of cool. The bird. That was so funny. I think that's it for wildlife. Okay, here we go. Since we are right here, which one has got the shears on it? This guy right here. Let's see how this works. I'm kind of curious myself. That is awesome. Okay, so you know what? If you had a pen full of sheep, that would have been pretty good. Actually, if you kept the item collector, if you had the shears and the item collector on them, you could shear your sheep from a distance without having to go into the pen. So I'll give a little bit on that one. Again, not a combat modifier, but still pretty good. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you guys did any of these advancements any differently than I did. I would love to hear from you, all the different ways out there are to get these advancements. Oh, that is so cool. If you guys enjoyed this video, please think about leaving a like and a subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at Jackel Wolf. Also, check out the description below. There will be a link to my Discord page. I would love it if you guys stop by to say hi. As well, there'll be a link to my Patreon page. If you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy this content and you want to support, stop by and check it out. There are a lot of great perks out there for all of my supporters. But that is it. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. I didn't stay up as long as I thought.